The most important point is in inducible operon, it is normally in off state, that is turned on or induced when a substrate appears. So substrates act as an inducer. That's why it is called as inducible operon. Whereas in repressible operon, it is normally on, that is repressed or turned off when product is abundant and the product or the end product acts as a co-repressor. So it turns off the operon. That is why it is called as repressible operon. The classical example for inducible operon is a Lac operon. As you see in Lac operon, in the absence of inducer, this repressor protein binds to the operator so that this RNA polymerase cannot progress to transcribe these genes. So operon is off or repressor is active. In the presence of inducer, as you see, this inducer, lactose turns into allolactose, acts as an inducer that binds to this repressor and inactivates this repressor, or repressor detaches from the operator so that this RNA polymerase can proceed transcribing these genes for the metabolism of lactose. So the presence of inducer induced or turned on the transcription of genes. That is why this operon is called as inducible operon. Classical example for a repressible operon is the Trp operon or tryptophan operon. In this operon, it is generally on. As you see, RNA polymerase proceeds and transcribes the structural gene. Repressor is inactive, so transcription is happening in normal condition. In the presence of co-repressor, when the product becomes abundant, tryptophan acts as co-repressor. It binds to the repressor and activates the repressor. Now repressor binds to the operator and prevents the movement of RNA polymerase for transcribing the structural genes, actually repressing the transcription of structural genes. That is why it is called as repressible operon. So Lac operon in E. coli activated in the presence of lactose, which acts as an inducer to produce enzymes for lactose metabolism. Whereas Trp operon repressed when tryptophan levels are high, tryptophan acts as a co-repressor. Now let us list out the difference. Inducible operon, the transcription is inactive until induced. That is why it is called as inducible operon. Whereas repressible operon, transcription is active until it is repressed by a co-repressor. That is why it is called as repressible operon. In inducible operon, the mode of action is inducer binds to the repressor and repressor becomes inactive and transcription proceeds. Whereas in repressible operon, co-repressor or the end product binds to the repressor and repressor becomes active and stops transcription. Inducible operon usually involved in catabolic pathways, that is breakdown of molecules, like in the case of Lac operon it is lactose metabolism. Whereas repressible operon is usually involved in anabolic pathways or synthesizing molecules as in tryptophan pathway. Inducible operon ensures that enzymes are produced only when needed. In Lac operon, enzymes are produced only when substrate lactose is present. Whereas in repressible operon, it prevents wasteful synthesis when products are abundant. In Trp operon, if the product is abundant, the tryptophan acts as the co-repressor, preventing wasteful synthesis. Hope you are clear. Thanks for joining 1 Minute Classroom at Biology Exams for You. Take care, stay blessed.